Hey everyone, Tundra here. So I'm going to do a quick ship tour video. This video is for someone else, so the ship isn't very exciting, but it's a ship I've been working on for a while. So I just kind of want to show the ship just to show what you can do. So this ship is a UC Voyager, specifically a UC Voyager II. And then I've been editing it and changing it over time, over I'd say a bunch of playthroughs. So I'm just going to do a quick outside tour and then an inside tour. So if you kind of look here, so UC Voyagers, or Voyagers specifically, are passenger ships, and I'll show a picture of what it originally looked like. But Voyagers, as the name suggests, are ships that are passenger ships. So that's kind of why it's so large, and you'll see on the inside what it looks like, sort of why it's a passenger ship. So this ship is a Class C, and it was a Class either B or C when I got it. I stole it from another planet. I can't remember the exact planet, so I won't be able to point out where, but it was one of those random ships that you just find, and so I stole it. So this is the ship I've had for a while. I've changed out a bunch of modules. As you can see, I did the Vanguard mission, so I have the Vanguard shield generator, which you can actually get early on. You don't have to do the whole mission. If you start the mission and you're in the Vanguard, you can get this automatically. Same with this laser here. I believe it's a laser. I got this from the Vanguard. I added it when I finished it. Oh, it's a particle beam. My bad. I got this when I finished it, but I believe you can get it when you start, but I'm not sure 100%. The original color, it was, because it was UC, Voyagers are just passenger ships, but because this one was a UC Voyager, the bottom part was orange and the top part was white. Give me a moment, I have some mods that affect my O2, so I'm going to have to give myself some oxygen before I die. One moment. Alright, I'm back. So, this is the ship. I've changed out a couple parts here and there. I actually did some renovations to it. The basic structure is all the same. I added some habs in there that you won't find anywhere else. The front of it has been moved up slightly, and so has the bottom here. This is usually set back a little more, but I added in another hab. I also added a hab on top that you'll be able to see. The ship sort of looks like a crawdad, so because it has these. So it's sort of a weird layout, but I'll show you the inside. So let's go see the inside. Alright, so I'm loaded into the ship, and this is something I added when I was revamping it. It originally, I believe, was just a companion room, one of those small 1x1s, and so it was just a ladder. And again, remember, this was set back, so it was basically, this was where the door was, right here, and then it was just that. So I added this Nova Galactic armory, which is really helpful. And just to let you know, for those of you who are a little bit newer to the game, if you have stuff that's loose, so like these packs, stuff that are just kind of sitting out, and you edit your ship, they're probably going to go to your storage, your ship storage. So just to let you know, none of your stuff actually vanishes. It just goes to your ship cargo. Okay, so this is the armory, which I haven't yet filled up, but that's okay. And you go up the ladder. So then this goes into this little companion room that I use as sort of an in-between. And then obviously there's another one here, little storage area. I might add different storage things here, bookshelves, whatnot, I don't know. And then this goes into sort of this kitchen area. I don't remember what this hab is called. I believe it might be an all-in-one, but I'm not 100% sure. And then this goes into some beds and whatnot. And then this here is sort of a kitchen. I cannot remember what the hab is called, but you can see why it's a passenger ship. So I have a couple mods that adds some decorations, and of course you can decorate your own ship, which is really nice. So this whole entire thing is the same hab. It's a 3x2, I believe. So you've got a little table. I have the creative mods, those extra mods you can get in the store. This one's free. It's the Doom themed one. So I have plushies around, but most of this stuff is from the hab itself. Then we got more of a kitchen area.
Hey, thanks for interrupting my daydream.
More kitchen stuff, and then it comes with this little area, which I believe is part of the hab. And then of course you have this storage area with the window, and that's out front. And of course you can add stuff, you can do whatever you want. So it doesn't have to look like this. I will probably change stuff in the future. I'm not sure. Okay, so then you go into here, and this is, I'm not quite sure what this is. I think it's called like living space. It's another 3x1, it's a very large hab. And you have this like meeting room, and then you have this area. I added this workbench. I added a couple things. I've added this plant. I've decorated stuff. I've manually placed things, more plushies, whatnot, stuff like that. I like to keep my ship organized. Of course, it's a bit of a mess, but I like the feature where you can add decoration items. Okay, so going up this ladder first. This one just kind of goes into, it used to go into companion habs, but it sort of goes into different things now. So this one is just a companion hab. This one this one did not go up into anything. So this is just the companion thing. I may add some habs later. So this would technically be this layer that I'm going into would technically be the second floor, and that would be the third because of where the door is. So going up this ladder, this is the main ladder. I believe this is captain's quarters, or computer core. I'm not quite sure. It's sort of a meeting area. I've added some decorations like this table, this mat, added this. It's just for fun. Anyways, so oh, it's not the main part, my bad. This is the infirmary, which I added recently. And then of course you've got the docker, which I'm not attached to anything, so that's no big deal. Okay. Now I can't remember how to get to the cockpit. I'll have to look around and find it. It can't be too bad. Can't be too far from here. Oh, it's that ladder right there. I ignored it. So here's the cockpit. It's a pretty large one. It's the one kind of 3 size cockpit. It's a very large one that looks really good. Lots of seats. And this one allows for a lot of crew and a lot of storage, I believe. So it's really nice. And it has, big spacious window. So yeah, I believe this is a Class C, as I mentioned earlier. This ship has a lot of storage, so that's really good. I kind of use this as a hauler and passenger, so as you could see, I have some crew members. Now I will show you the technicalities and mechanics of the ship. Just one moment. Just a quick thing, as I mentioned before, this is technically the first layer of the ship. So this technically has 4 layers. This one, and the one above, and then the infirmary. So it's sort of a weird layout here, but you get used to it. So anyways, I'll show you the actual ship. So this is the ship. As you can see, I have some parts that are changed and modified from the original picture. I also have a couple mods, so you can see the Avon-Tech ship parts here. And I've added some more storage, some shielded cargo, which it didn't come with originally. You can get that from Crimson Fleet. I have some cargo here and cargo here. And so you can see this is the bridge. It's one of the best ones in my opinion. I really enjoy it. And these are the helium-3 tanks. And just be careful with how much you put on the ship because it gets pretty heavy. So you want to make sure you have enough engines. And I'm trying to keep to the original design and not add too much, at least for right now. So this is the ship. So you've got this sort of upper layer, and this is where the infirmary is, and this is where the captain's quarters are, and then you've got this mess hall, so that's the large cafeteria, and then you have an all-in-one, which is pretty large and it's really good. And then you've got some storerooms, and there's the armory, and then you got engines and helium-3 tanks here. So this is the shield generator that you get from being in the Vanguard, and these missile launchers you also get from the Vanguard. These two I would highly recommend. You could just join the Vanguard just to get the weapons if you don't want to play through them. I got this scanner jammer and this comm spike from the Crimson Fleet, and you have to get it kind of late in the game, late in the quest, so you're going to play through that to be able to get those because you can't just buy them as soon as you join. So because this was a UC Voyager, this part, the bottom, was painted orange, and then this part was white, so I kept the top white and painted this red because I was doing the Crimson Fleet for a while. This was originally set back all the way back here. So this landing bay was originally over here. So I moved it up a little bit in order to do some more habs. And I'm hoping later to upgrade it some more, add more storage, more cargo, and more engines, hopefully. I do want to keep sort of the passenger feel of it in order to have more crew, but at the same time I also want to be able to haul a bunch of things for farms. So that's kind of just the basics of the ship. I can go over some parts. I have upgraded it a little bit. So here's the grav drive. It's the J51 Gamma grav drive. It's Class C, so you do have to have some skills in starship design and other science skills, which I have. And so this is a Class C. This one's pretty good. I like it. It's a bit much for the reactor I have, but it's not bad. I mean, it's just the grav drive, so you don't need to power it all the way. So this is the reactor I have. It's okay, at least for what I need. I wish I had a little bit more power, but I'm saving up for that, and I'm trying to get more piloting and starship design there. So I'm just going to be holding on to this one for a while. It generates 32 power, which is pretty good. The repair rate's good. Everything else is good. And just to let you know, different parts add different crew, different, you got infirmaries, different habs add different crew and whatnot. So it just depends on what you need. So here are the two habs, and then there's a hab underneath. There's tanks and a hab underneath here. Just make sure stuff is all connected and you don't have it sort of disconnected and weird. So then I have these engines which came with it. These are also Class C. Some of the parts I have on the ship are Class A and B, which is fine. I'm going to upgrade it over time. These have a max power of 3, and the engines are good for what I need. It's a large ship. Class Cs are pretty large. So then these came with the ship as well. I haven't changed that. These are just the NG Nova Galactic landing gear. You need enough of them because of how large the ship is. And then you've got some more landing gear up front, but they're the same. No, they're different ones. So then for weapons, that's probably what the people want the most. There's these lasers. They're not that bad. They're okay. They do more shield damage, so I use that to knock out shields. They're a little slow. I could upgrade these, but I just haven't yet. And I have 2 of those, and I have them in the same spot. I have them on the edge just for them to look good. So then I have these, this Vanguard Tempest CE13, as I was talking about. They do more hull damage, but do about the same hull and shield, so I put that and on my G key just to use it at the same time as the hull damage. Which, what I use for hull damage is, if I can find it, here they are. These cannons, which are pretty good. They're not amazing, but they're good enough for what I need right now. And they do more hull damage, so I use that as my secondary fire, and use that at the same time as using these missile launchers. So it's not bad. I'm not super advanced in weaponry or shipbuilding, so I'm just happy with what I have, and I'm just upgrading over time as I get more credits and more experience and skills. So that's the ship, and it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's kind of just a ship. So yeah, that's my ship. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time whenever I decide to post a video. Alright, bye.